Upwatty nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Magi, Labyrinth, and Magic, chapter 349. And last chapter of Magi, Alibaba revealed his plan, and surprisingly, everybody but Ugo seemed to agree with it. And I have to wonder if David is pulling the strings on Ugo or what's going on. Anyway, let's get to this chapter and see what happens next. What does Alibaba want to do? The battle to decide the fate of this world. Could something eerie happen with Alibaba's bright idea? With my dimension connecting magic, I plan on destroying this world's walls. And this chapter is called The People Involved. To sum it up, you want to unify all Rook through bringing the god's structure down? I never considered doing both. Yeah. Oh wait, it's supposed to be yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah? This battle in the Sacred Palace. It was a battle to decide who was suitable to become God. Only one side would win. The ones to decide destiny would be either me or them. I thought those were the only two options. But now Excuse me. But now Alibaba has this incomplete plan. I wonder what's going to happen. I can't predict anymore. Grin. No, you can't. What? Ugo! Ooh, it's completely impossible to use the dimension connecting magic with little Magi. Ugo? Solomon and I used all of Ila's Magi, and we still only managed to cross one-dimensional level. That's right. In the past, I too thought about creating a magic to unite all dimensions, but an entire god's worth of Magi is necessary. Thus, to unify the dimensions, it's necessary to return the world that Solomon created to the Rook. But Ugo, is it really okay with you for Solomon's world to just vanish? Huh? Oh, that would be very sad too. What do we do, Aladdin? Ugo's clearly been brainwashed. He has to be brainwashed. But that's interesting that Ugo tried to do the same thing, but he needed like a god's tier Magi to unite the dimensions. Ugo? Ugo's consciousness is fuzzy due to David's magic. I knew it! So Sinbad just pointed out that Ugo is being controlled by David. So David is pulling the strings. That's what I've been thinking was going on. Is this for all those motherfuckers that are saying Sinbad is like the king of trolls right now? No. It's David. David is the bigger troll. David, this is all going according to David's plan. David is pulling the fucking strings, and I love that David's pulling the strings. I don't know why, I just do. Anyway, it can't be. But that hardly makes any difference for the Amatoran mage with an intellect superior to anyone else's. What should I do, Aladdin? Ugo? Ugo didn't break down completely, he's just confused. Hey, Aladdin, will you listen to what I have to say? Yes. To start off, it's not easy to destroy the vertical and horizontal walls of this world because there are also worlds beyond those. Whoa. There's we kind of figured this already through multiple animes and stuff / mangas, but in this universe there's multiple worlds too. That is really cool. If you invade them while only thinking about the consequences from here, won't you be causing the people on the other side problems? What? You have the nerve to say this after messing with the order and looking down on that person? Hey, don't get mad, Arba. Arba is pissed. But now that you mention it, it's true that we've always seen Ila as someone evil, but if we think about it, maybe that's just the impression we got. I never did talk to him. Look at Arba. She's hitting Ugo right now. Could this be why King Solomon scattered destiny? Huh? Independence can be reached by separating from God rather than fighting him. But wait, Aladdin, total independence is simply impossible. In all practicality, King Solomon failed to gain independence. Sometimes a small hole will open in the ceiling of our world, right? Surely that's a dark point. I can't just ignore the gods beyond there. That's why both me and Sinbad are in favor of destroying the vertical walls. But until when are we meant to keep destroying them? What about Il-Ilah? What about the ones above that too? It would be an endless battle. That's got a point there. That's right. And Arba's thinking about this too. Arba's point is pretty valid here, which is, that's right. All you people think about is your own pride. That person isn't just a body of energy like you think. It's not true. I could hear his voice. He has a conscience, just like any of us. So now I have to question, because right now, as far as we know, David is pulling the strings. But what if in all reality Il-Ilah is pulling the strings, and Il-Ilah is god tier level trolling us, and he is running the whole show? We don't know. But I feel like right now it's mainly David running the show. And maybe fuck, David out is controlling Il-Ilah. Never thought about that, right? Anyway. No, it's not the same. Those from the above world have the power to change our destinies on a whim. So I agree with Alibaba and Sinbad. We must get rid of the vertical walls. We have to take control. We have to take control of our destinies with their own hands. Whoa. So Ugo agrees now. Because I don't know if he's still brainwashed or not, but whatever. And here's Arba. She is pissed. I won't accept this. So by doing this, you'll be robbing gods be robbing gods of other dimensions of their power, so you can have your new world. Just like Solomon, I'll destroy them for all eternity. How intense! We have to control our destinies by our own hands. We should destroy the vertical walls. No, destiny has to be independent. We're better off just making those walls get stronger to protect our world. Uh-oh. This became a mess. But now destiny is going to be debated by these 4 people, but no one's come to a conclusion for such a distant future. Someone's going to get the short end of the stick in order to control destiny, so you don't care about the other worlds as long as yours is fine? That's not it. But that's a good point. But you know what? That's true. Poor Il-Ilah. Isn't it obvious? Everyone except that person should be erased. What should we do? Help, King Solomon. I have a question about what I just heard. Why discuss this without first communicating with the other worlds? Communicating? Pretend the other worlds are like countries for a second. I don't get it, Uncle. Explain. I understand where Sinbad's going with this, and I have to agree with him on this one. The world's ceilings are like borders. If we think that way, what Aladdin and Arba want is national isolation. What Alibaba and Ugo want is an invasion. Ooh. This is I feel like Sinbad is actually being smart right now. Like, I understand, like, you have, I'm gonna do it this way. You have, with the the national isolation, which is like what libertarians want. And then you have the invasion, which Ugo and Alibaba want, which is completely different. But I feel like if it was just connecting Il-Ilah's dimension with our dimension, I think that's a totally different thing. But I'm curious what you guys think about this. It's true. Isolation, invasion, and seeing how the life forms of the other worlds are just like ours, they also have desires. Maybe they built their own companies. Maybe they're even scared of the existence of other worlds. Maybe our language is the same, just like it was in Almatoran. So in that case, what course of action should we really take? That's a good question. To form an alliance? Right, then we won't be isolated, nor will we be invading anyone. But we must supervise the borders and interact properly. We have to head into unknown worlds, exchange ideas with unknown life forms. Perhaps there are resources in some worlds that don't exist in others. It could make way for a business market involving everyone. Why don't you give this some thought? That's right, it's true. To communicate, I guess it's possible. Even Arba is thinking about this. As expected of Sinbad, but you also want to get rid of the ceilings. Wasn't that what you said in the beginning? Yes, but this discussion was becoming extreme. So the real question is David going to allow this? I don't think so. So you came up with another plan? Even after saying I need great power in order to take over everything? I gave an immature response because I was being ignorant. What are you, this guy? Sinbad, thank you. Thank you for admitting you were being ignorant. Unless this is a trap. But I like that he said this. It's scary how easily a god can change his mind. That's right. then why did all this happen? Because many different people helped me. That's my power. If we all work together, we can achieve something even greater. It's true that on my own, I'm not on par with Sinbad. Well, as expected of Sinbad, on my own, I would have never thought of something like that. And you, Sinbad, are one of the people involved in this with me, Grin. Immeasurable vessel. In the next chapter, destiny changes. Ooh. Next chapter is going to be interesting. Like what the final decision is. I'm really curious when David's going to jump in. Because David, unless this whole thing here that's going on right now is all according to David's plan. I'm extremely curious because David could use this to, as mentioned, to invade other worlds and take over. And I'm really curious what you nerdigans think about that. Because David has to come into play really soon. But let me know what you nerdigans thought about this chapter and what do you think is going to happen. Are you guys agreeing with me that David is the one pulling the strings? Or do you think in all reality, Allah himself is pulling the strings? Because that would be even more interesting if that was the case. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. And if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel, friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!